În sfârșit am ajuns să-l cunosc pe Alex Kratena, care a fost head bartenderul pentru barul care a ieșit an la rând cel mai tare bar din lume, pentru Artesian din Londra. Am fost și odată acolo. Am băut un cocktail interesant pe bază de piure de păstârnac, ceea ce... Și acum am ajuns să-l cunosc și să-i iau un interviu pentru voi și să aflați care sunt noutățile, care sunt trendurile și cum putem să asociem cocktailuri interesante cu mâncare bună. So, Alex, tell us a bit about your very long and intensive career, but in very short words.
Okay, brilliant. Hey, my name is Alex. I'm originally from the Czech Republic. I worked and lived pretty much on every continent, probably apart from Antarctica. And most people know me for the job I done at Artesian in London, where the bar I used to run got very successful. And got successful, so I left, so I can do something else. I don't like steady things for me, and I'm now working on my own projects with Simone Caporale and Monica Berg, my business partners and dear friends. So we do a bit of consulting, we do a lot of brand work, we're working on our own venue, and we run also PUR, our international non-profit. So we organize symposiums, small events all around the world, and we run something called PUR Projects, which is aimed to support communities that produce ingredients for the drinks world.
Talking about ingredients, what was the main ingredient that made Artesian the best bar in the world for 5 years? Or yeah,
4 years.
4 years.
I think the main ingredient behind success, not only Artesian, but behind the success of myself and my teams, was that we always did everything to be happy. It was always a search for happiness. So it was never, oh, let's do this because it's gonna lead here. Like, we love to take on projects we don't know the solutions for at the beginning, and we just kind of rely on the feeling. This feels right. You know, we don't know the solutions, it's scary, but we know that by figuring it out as we go, we grow ourselves as people and as professionals.
How was the most unusual cocktail that you prepared?
Oh my gosh, the most unusual, I think it's very unusual is a matter of perspective, because for someone camel milk can be very off-putting. For me, I think it's delicious.
Well,
I know, it's really difficult to think of ingredients.
I was saying in the introduction that I had a parsnip puree cocktail in your bar a few years ago.
Honey and champagne.
Yeah. So it was unusual for me.
Okay, cool.
That was unusual.
Yeah. I think what was I think the most unusual ingredients I worked with, because it was very exotic for personally myself, was when we've been in Peruvian Amazon, and we've been working with Masato, which is a spit beer made from the yucca, and it's like a, yeah, imagine pulque goes bananas. This is the sort of flavor profile, but used in a small amounts in the cocktails works a miracle.
Can you tell us a bit about cocktail and food pairing? Do you recommend it? Because usually food pairing it's with wine or beer, but can it be also with cocktails?
I definitely think that there's a lot of space and potential for cocktail and food pairing, and I think the issue which the industry needs to overcome is to stop relying on the old-fashioned formulas. So at the minute we still think in a very historical context, and you know, often the things like your classic recipes, so you know, take on punch, or they usually don't work. What I personally learned is that if you're pairing cocktails with food, it calls for so much more acidity. You need smaller portions. You need to have a lower ABV. So I think we just need to reconsider the format and the way how we build recipes.
What's up and coming in bartending right now?
Oh my god. How are you doing? Nice to see you. What's up and coming now in the bar world? I mean, from the product perspective, I think there's a lot of really interesting and experimental stuff happening. People exchanging ideas between categories, and that's something I'm really passionate about. I mean, fermentation has been big for so many years, but I think bars are now finally exploring it and using it as a new way of expressing flavor and building flavor foundations. And definitely it's all going back to the produce. So I think the times of very intricate, complicated things are over. They were very important, definitely. It's probably I could draw a correlation to the kitchen. You know, once you had really complicated plating styles and very labor-intense things, and now it's about focus on ingredients and not necessarily sliding on the surface, but going deep into the produce.
What's the spirit of the moment?
What's the spirit of the moment? Oh my god, the one in my glass.
Is that water?
You know what? I don't actually believe in this, because the people who will tell you, oh, it's gin. It's sales based, no? I think it's very difficult. I think it's not about the category, but if we're talking about spirits in general, is big flavors, authenticity, expression of terroir, made from scratch.
What's the drink that you order most often?
Can I get a beer?
And beside beer?
I always like to go and try cocktails, so I would often go and order from the menu, and I will have a small Negroni and a beer on the side. And yesterday I had a couple of gin martinis, so yeah, I'm a sucker for that.
Okay. So Alex, tell us what are the newest trends in bartending worldwide, please?
Perfect. I think the biggest trend is that people stop caring about trends and they just follow their philosophy. I think the bars of the future will be unique places, exactly like the top restaurants you can only get here in this place. And this is connected with focus on obviously sustainability. A lot of people going hyper local, really interested in what's happening in the area. And what else? Trends? Yeah, I think there's a lot of cross-pollination in between the categories. So we see a big influence between winemakers and perry makers. There's a lot of beer collaborations. There's spirits which don't fall into the respective categories as we traditionally know them. So I think what's really important, that overall everybody's very open to do new things and push the whole thing forward.
What you told us about personal philosophy. What's your personal philosophy?
Oh my God, my personal philosophy. I have it probably tattooed everywhere on me.
In bartending, not in life.
Generally in life and in bartending, I think hospitality is essentially about doing nice things to other people. And in bar or in this business, for myself personally, it's about being happy. So, never do things for awards, for trends, for whoever you want to be making happy. Just do it for yourself and never stop learning.
Okay, thank you.